What's going on, Go Nation? I'm back on another video, and today, you don't know what time it is. I'm back on that Cosmic Wonder. Today, I'm going to be reacting to Hugh Jackman got Robert Downey Jr. to return for Secret Wars as Iron Man, question mark, with an exclamation point. Whoa. Hey, look, I am honestly cool if Robert Downey Jr. honestly does not come back, because I am for actors, and actors shouldn't have to be going back to roles if they don't want to. Like, if they gotta be like encouraged to go back, then they probably shouldn't be coming back. But hey, no, it's all good. Love to see Iron Man, and I don't want to see no other Iron Man. I want to see Robert doing the stuttering. I'd love to see as Robert Downey Jr. back as Iron Man. Hey, I don't want to see nobody else as him though, so it's only gonna be Robert. Robert, if you're coming back, let's do this thing. If not, we're good. I'm cool. But honestly, man, I don't know too much about this, so let's just jump straight into that. But before we do that, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because we on the road to 1,000 subs. Let's get into it.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm your host, Warren, and we have some really
Whoa, did
cool
I
news
just
to
say
talk
Toby?
about today. We knew Avengers Secret Wars was just going to be packed with cameos. At least that's what we're hoping for, and it just makes sense. And we've heard a ton of reports about iconic characters returning for Secret Wars. Not only returning, but teaming up with other returning characters as well, and of course, with our new Avengers team. And people are really looking forward to these interactions, like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man with Hugh Jackman's Wolverine. That's a big one. And of course, people are hoping for variants of our beloved Avengers who have passed away, or maybe have just gotten old and live on the moon now, looking at you, Captain America. People have been looking forward to these characters returning as variants, of course, not undoing the deaths, but returning as variants so they can interact with other characters that we haven't seen
Iron Man will
go
go
before,
crazy,
like Iron Man interacting with some X-Men characters. Same thing with Black Widow, same thing with Captain America. Plus, it would be really cool to see the Hulk interact with Wolverine. And since we've heard Hugh Jackman's Wolverine is going to be in Avengers Secret Wars, and we are assuming the Hulk is going to be in Avengers Secret Wars, we're really looking forward to that. And it also sounds like we're going to get Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man in Secret Wars. In fact, according to a recent report, this is the only way that he'll actually return for Secret Wars. Of course, he's returning for Deadpool 3, but apparently to get him to stick around for Secret Wars, he told Marvel that he'll return and he'll appear in the movie, but only if he gets to interact with Tobey Maguire and Robert Downey Jr. Now, this is part of what we talked about before. Part of this report / rumor has been out for a long time. We've been hearing for a while now that two of the leads for Avengers Secret Wars were going to be Hugh Jackman's Wolverine and Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. Of course, they're not going to be the only leaders, but two of the many leaders I'm sure we'll have. Also, remember to keep in mind, it's probably not just one team in one universe fighting Kang. There probably are going to be multiple teams in multiple different universes fighting multiple different Kangs. So many leaders, many different teams, and many amazing characters we'll get to see. So we've heard the first part of this report before, but we didn't know that this might have been a condition for Hugh Jackman's return. Him interacting with Tobey Maguire plus Robert Downey Jr. It was a condition, according to the insider My Time to Shine Hello, who tweeted out yesterday. Hugh Jackman told Marvel he will return for Secret Wars, but only if he'll get to interact with Tobey and Robert Downey Jr. Now, we pretty much already knew that they were going to bring back a variant of Iron Man, and he was going to be played by Robert Downey Jr., and he would interact with other characters. Again, this just makes sense, and it would be a huge missed opportunity if they didn't do this. And it would make for some pretty great interactions, and ones that I'd be very interested to see, like Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man interacting with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. Tom Holland's Spider-Man would obviously recognize Tony Stark, his mentor, and somebody that he loved. And I'd be curious to see if Tony Stark recognized him. Maybe in his universe, he lost Spider-Man, and maybe he looked just like Tom Holland's Spider-Man, and maybe they have a really touching and pretty epic moment when they see each other. Who knows? A lot is possible. And it totally makes sense that Hugh Jackman would want to interact with Robert Downey Jr., interact with Tobey Maguire. He never got a chance to. The multiverse was not a thing in the X-Men films or in the Spider-Man films. And now that it is a thing, Tony Stark Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark, that is gone. And Hugh Jackman and Toby have returned. And now they get to appear together. Two of the most iconic Marvel characters of all time, played by two of the most iconic actors, they're returning. So don't you think they'd want another Marvel legend to return and interact with them as well in the form of Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man?
Bro.
See, here's the deal.
Jeez.
I don't think Hugh Jackman came in and was like, hey, I'm only going to come back if this happens. I'm only coming back if I could talk to Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark at some point in time in Secret Wars. I don't think that's what happened. In fact, I think this was actually part of Marvel Studios' plan, a specific plan by Kevin Feige. So Hugh Jackman originally said that he wasn't going to return as Wolverine, that in Logan, when his character died, he said goodbye to the character, and that was it for him. He hung up his claws.
Very
but
understandable.
Here's the thing. Patrick Stewart also said that about Professor Xavier, that when the character died, he said goodbye to the character.
Yeah.
But essentially what they both were saying was they didn't want to undo the death of their characters, but now that the multiverse exists and there are variants, they'll come back. Patrick Stewart came back, Hugh Jackman is coming back, and they both said they wouldn't. But that's why when Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman first came out and said, hey, I'm returning for Deadpool 3, Wolverine's back, they specifically mentioned that they are not touching Logan and they are not going to undo that death, which of course they're not going to do. We're going to see many different variants of Wolverine in Deadpool and Wolverine.
Ooh, that
However,
movie's got to
at
go crazy
first,
too,
I
bro.
bet Hugh Jackman was
Marvel's got
just
some good
coming
movies
back
up your sleeve,
for
bro.
Ryan Reynolds. You know Ryan Reynolds, one of Hugh Jackman's best friends, was constantly and consistently begging Hugh Jackman to return for a Deadpool film now that Ryan Reynolds is a proper Deadpool. And I think what changed his mind is the fact that Deadpool 3 would now be in the MCU once the Disney Fox deal got done.
But we did have one idea. Hey, Hugh, you want to play Wolverine one more time?
Yeah, sure, Ryan.
So Hugh Jackman came back and said, yeah, I can be a variant of Logan, a variant of Wolverine,
Yeah, I
and I
remember
can
I
act
went
with my best
crazy when
friend
this
in a
happened, bro.
funny and epic movie. And here's the cool thing, which is where I believe this new report is coming from. Reportedly, from many different insiders, when Kevin Feige read the script for Deadpool 3, when he saw some of it on film, when he was there watching it being recorded, he was blown away. So why wouldn't you want Deadpool and Wolverine to be in Avengers Secret Wars? Plus, not to mention, other reports that we have heard said that Secret Wars will be kind of a send-off, a farewell for Kevin Feige and the old X-Men and Marvel characters. Because remember, Kevin Feige was there since the beginning, since the first X-Men film. He worked on those films, on X-Men, on all of the X-Men films, on Spider-Man, the old Punisher,
That's crazy,
Daredevil.
man.
You get where I'm going with this. He basically has worked with Marvel kind of since the beginning, since the first X-Men film. So he has worked with all of these, what we call Marvel legacy
Sound like he better
actors
retire
and characters
soon.
before in the past, and he got really close with them. So if Secret Wars is going to be sort of a send-off to them, a love letter, a farewell to them, it would make sense that he would include Iron Man in there as well. So I believe that this was already a part of his plan. He wanted Wolverine to be in Secret Wars so he could also say farewell to him with Iron Man, with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and
there's a
also Tom
random
Holland's
gnat on my
Spider-Man,
desk.
and really everyone.
Oh,
Kevin Feige is
hello.
smart. He knows that that will sell. He knows that that will make this movie incredible. So I believe this was kind of a joking matter. I believe that Kevin Feige went to Hugh Jackman and said, I need you in Secret Wars. You have to be in the film, even if it's just for a little bit, but I have to have you interacting with Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man, with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I need you there. And that, I think, would be, of course, very appealing to anybody, but of course, specifically to Hugh Jackman. And I think he went, okay, yeah, deal. If you do that, I'm in for Secret Wars. That's just how I imagine it went down because, again, we know Kevin Feige's plans. We know what he wants to do. And it really would be foolish to not include
bring Jonathan
Wolverine,
Majors back,
and
too, for
Deadpool,
Secret
and
Wars.
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, and bring back Robert Downey Jr. as Iron
He's
Man
just
and
running
Captain
away from
America. It would be
people.
foolish not to have
My
all of
fault.
these
I did not
characters
mean to say
together
that.
on
My
screen
bad.
for the big finale, for the big farewell, for the big send-off. It really would be such
kill
a
him with a whole bunch of
wasted
ants.
opportunity. And who knows, some of these characters might not even get along at first. They might get to fight each other, which would just be beyond epic. Can you imagine a Tobey Maguire versus Deadpool, a Wolverine versus Iron Man? Even if it's just for 30 seconds, we would lose our minds. So this was absolutely a part of Kevin Feige's plan, and I think Hugh Jackman just thought it was the best thing ever and went, yeah, of course, if you're gonna let me interact with these guys, of course I'll be in Avengers Secret Wars. Because after that, he gets to be done. He gets to do Deadpool and Wolverine, then he gets to do Secret Wars, and then he can really hang up the claws. So either way, I'm super excited to see Hugh Jackman's Wolverine interact with Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man and Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. That's gonna be epic, but let me know what you think about this in the comments down below.
Another great video from Cosmic, man. Yo, Cosmic. Amazing. magnificent. We got Hugh Jackman, Tobey Maguire, Robert Downey Jr. on the screen all at once as their characters in Marvel. It's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be amazing. But guys, what do you think? Is this true? Is it not true? Is it really gonna happen? I don't know. Is Marvel falling off? I just don't know. Everybody said they'd be falling off and then they'd be on, then be falling off, falling back on, off and on, off and on. I don't even know anymore. Let's just enjoy the films and the shows. Yeah, feel me? But anyways, guys, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. Leave a comment or two. You already know what to do. Donation. I'm out. I don't even know what that was. It's going to cut off this camera. I don't know.
Speed off, swerving. I'm not a regular person. I found a diamond, she perfect. Plus I do not gotta buy her a Birkin.